babies grow up to be cowboys.
Oh yeah, we pulled up to the ranch. John Adams, the legend, right there. Look at these cattle. They got all. Are these the heifers you're going to breed next year? Or them the ones you got bred? I'm not close enough to them.
Next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them the calves are weaning.
Yeah.
The mates. Yeah. The Radcliffes buy their cattle every year, and they're up there on weight, which wouldn't be 10 miles from the ranch, as a crow flies.
Yep. My family settled in Maple Hill, Kansas.
By Wichita, right?
No, northeast.
Okay.
Of Wichita in the late 1870s, and then my great-grandfather started a feed yard up there, and then bought loose stem grass. He met this man that was here prior to 1900, and they went into business together.
Okay.
And then bought him out, and so that's how we got settled here.
So you're the Adams, your side actually started up northeast.
Right, and I was born and raised there.
You were born and raised there.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Now I moved out here right after school. But yeah, so but he got into was successful feeding cattle and got in business with his name was William Robert, and he had been on the Jingle Bob Ranch during the Lincoln County War with John Chisholm.
Wow.
Yeah, so he was pretty historical himself.
But, we are preaching animal health like crazy. Gerald will buy y'all's calves.
Well,
he had 500 of them last year. I think he only lost 2. Is that what he told you, or did he just lose 1?
I don't know.
It's amazing.
But I was going to go over kind of what we do. That's why I wanted you to see. So we wean these calves.
How are you? I got it.
This is my son. This is Jack Adams.
The legend. He's on his hell.
That's coming from Jeff.
Will Campbell helps us, and his daughters are gymnastics and cheerleading this weekend. So.
They don't look like Will. They look like his wife. Anyway, very good. What? So you're gonna give us? Tell us what how you guys keep these calves from getting sick.
Our program is that it starts. It starts a month before we even put the calves out. We'll go out and start feeding these calves out in the pasture, and these calves just learn how to come to the feed truck, and then even they start learning how to eat. So we wean them, and then we give preconditioning shots, and then say 3 weeks later we'll bring them in, pull them off the cows, and then we'll leave them up these pens for about 4 days and teach them to really eat. And so then we're able to come out in these meadows. We have some over this way too, which we've already fed. And they're already coming to the feed truck, and they just line in and eat. And so we don't mass treat with antibiotics any of our calves. And so they know how to eat, and if they do get sick, we can give them a shot, and they're better the next day, and that's how we kind of had so much luck.
So do you give 1 round on the cow or 2?
We give them 1 round on the cow, and then we'll booster them. Like this coming week, we're going to booster them and vaccinate all of our heifers.
So do you vaccinate your cows?
We do that, and we vaccinate our cows in the spring.
How important do you think that is?
Well, I would say it's like extremely important. We've got a closed setup here.
Closed herd.
Closed herd. So we're very fortunate. My dad, it was the late 50s, they got leftovers. And so it's like from then on, we vaccinated our cows. And then we had some DVD long time ago.
And when you got a neighbor like me that gets some sick calves, it's
well,
not good.
No, but yeah, we vaccinate our cows every year and warm them several times a year, and keep it all cleaned up. But
look at this quality of these calves, guys. They're amazing. The calves got a little bit of age on them. They're really attractive. You may even have a draggy one there.
Yeah, baby. He was a little tough, but belly that.
Okay. So what percentage Heifers do you still run?
Probably less than 20%, but some of those we cross over with Angus bulls. So, but what I was going to say was, so as far as our Hereford cattle, my great-grandfather, right after 1900, he started buying registered purebred Hereford bulls and some cows from the historic Hereford breeders at that time, which was the Goodell and Simpson, and then Hazlitt.
What year would that have been?
That like 1910.
Wow.
And back to those, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's great.
But we've started buying bulls from Van Newkirk's over that Oshkosh. Great people. I mean, but then my dad started buying Angus bulls from Henry Gardner. Stayed hooked up with their genetics, and so that's our cross.
And in the quarter horse breed, you have foundation breeding, and you're seeing foundation breeding in the cattle industry right here.
Yeah. Dude, it's an honor to be up here. This is the largest ranch around. It's the oldest ranch. It is way cool. Just to come out here is a hell of a good deal.
Well, thank you. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. I look forward to selling these heifers in your sale because you're doing an incredible job selling them there.
You do a tremendous job with your husbandry. I mean,
thank you.
Everybody wants to talk about everything they do with their cattle. I've been to a lot of places when they went and poured out cake. It's been a long time since I've seen guys out pushing cattle up a cake, and I realize these are cattle that are learning, but you're out here helping them along, and that husbandry aspect goes miles and miles and miles. When Jeff or Gerald or the next guy in line, when they get them, these cattle, they're not scared of people. They're not scared of horses. They're not scared of vehicles. They know how to move off of somebody. So when you do go do something with them, it's not a fear deal. They're just doing what they're told, and they understand what they're being told. And I think that goes a long ways towards the health in these animals too.
You guys have got these cattle weaned and they're ready to go, and 1% of them will not die between here and when they're fat. And that is just amazing.
Yeah.
And you guys that do the better job probably do not get paid enough extra.
Well,
they do not.
I'm being serious. And my father-in-law buys your cattle. He may kill me for saying that.
Well, thank you.
The guys that do it right, it's almost like they get penalized.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and I'm being serious. I'm not saying that. And I tell everybody that does a good job that as these cattle get higher, and you're paying 8% interest, and you lose 4% of them, you are 12% behind the 8 ball on a 2,000 pound on a $2,000 calf. That's amazing.
I thought that, when these all natural programs came in, that, I could, and I did, take advantage of it, but now they're not worth anything. So, they're not as much as they ought to be, I think.
The all natural's not worth as much because they're feeding them that Experior and stuff, and you can't feed them that, I don't think, and it's making a bigger product.
Yeah. So
that's the reason that all natural's kind of getting kicked out, I think. We're building these giant carcasses now.
Yeah.
So
that's the other thing that we've done is that I've tried to be careful, right or wrong, is to not make our cow too big, because we live in a drought, dry climate, and that I feel like that's one.
You can't run a 1,600-pound cow out here. She's not going to survive.
No.
The range management's unbelievable too. Look at this. There's no weeds down here. It's not grazed off. They are really ranchers. They're doing this the way it should be done.
Well, thank you. But we, keeping the cows that we did through that drought was wrong, really. But we survived.
You wish you'd have sold them?
No. But I mean, for the land.
Yes.
That we shouldn't have had a cow out.
Probably shouldn't
say that, huh?
What do you do though?
Because
that's what I mean.
You were saving genetics. I mean,
we cut our numbers back, but we fed through it.
But you had taken care of your country going into that.
Right.
You've taken care of your country coming out of it. So,
Mother
Nature, it'll give you.
Yeah, this is very forgiving country and through here. We're very, very I love this part of the world.
So when your family, I know there's, how many ranches, okay, how many ranches are there today that root from the Adams deal right down here today?
Well, we have,
Oh yeah.
there's 3 different ranches down here, I guess. And I'm operating this one of the 3, and then I've got part of one of the other second.
How many miles is spread? I know it starts right here. Is it?
It was 80,000 acres.
Oh my
is what
gosh.
he had.
In the
Right,
beginning.
just right here.
Well, he put together 80,000
Yes.
acres.
Yep.
There was an article wrote in a paper
Yeah.
about 20 years ago. It's way cool. Maybe it's 30 years ago. It's when the guy lived down here. What was his name?
Tom Finney lived there.
Tom Finney lived
Yeah.
here. There was a hell of a nice article.
Yeah.
I was just a kid.
Oh, well, yeah, he was character. Yeah, he went to work for my granddad, and then he worked for my dad.
And he lived right down here where you live.
He lived, yeah, in the house I lived in. Yeah. Yeah. He went to work for my granddad. He lived over that East Ranch, and then moved over here later.
There's 120 sections here then.
Oh, yeah, or more.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
100 section would be 64,000 acres.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 130 or 40 sections.
But you know, before that, it was open range. You know, there was a period of time in there. You know, before Oklahoma became a state, and you know, they ranged on down there.
How about the demise of the river? How much less water is here than it was when you was a kid?
A lot, but it's still running. You know, and we've sprayed, and I'm scared to death, but I need to burn. I don't know if that'll, when that'll happen. But
I'm too scared to burn. I don't have.
oh my gosh!
I'm scared to death.
Yes, yeah. I just actually, John Elfers, I just made another little donation to him.
Thank you.
A couple days ago. But
John give 5,000 to Elfers for the fire department. We raised them 100 and how much?
130,000. Well, over that, but we were just that day we raised 130,000.
that's incredible.
Yeah, John, talk about how important they are to you too. Nobody
my
appreciates
gosh.
these guys.
Yeah, the fires in this part of the world are it's become a yearly thing. And this year, with all the growth that we have, it is just scary.
We're sitting on a bomb.
Yeah, we are. You know,
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
and
We are sitting on a bomb.
it's just, I'm afraid with all these old lines, electric lines that have, running from the oil field. There's no telling. I mean, this is going to continue on.
When you was a kid, did you ever have any fires here?
No, I mean, I don't remember fires like that. Do
No,
you?
no. I never remember a fire until probably the 12 or 13 years ago.
Yeah. Because I moved here in 02. The first 10 years I was here, I don't remember a fire. But the last 50, one here, one there, but I mean, it's every year now.
We used to have, the other thing we used to have was fires in like,
I don't know what date, Lane.
It's
can't
the
remember.
week after
December-
Thanksgiving, this
December
1st. Okay.
And we've never had a chance to really sell any of their genetics. It is one hell of an honor. I can't wait. We get to sell their calves that Radcliffe's run on the wheat in the spring, but I've never got to sell anything like it. Your description of these cattle, how would you describe these? Is this what you wanted our sale, or what do we want at our sale?
This is exactly what we wanted our sale.
Why?
These cattle, there's years of genetics, there's years of breeding, there's years of survival in this set of cattle. There's years of work. These guys, they take their craft very seriously. We joke a little bit about these guys are very conservative, but they're conservative because they're out here working. They're not out farting around. It's 7 o'clock on Sunday morning, 8 o'clock on Sunday morning. They're out here taking care of their cattle. These guys, they take it very seriously. So as an industry, we were talking just a little bit ago about these guys do not get paid for their genetics the way they should. The industry has never rewarded them for the work that they do. These heifers are just absolutely phenomenal.
They're gorgeous.
We're driving down along them here. Half of this set of heifers, these are some of their AI bred heifers. Half of these heifers are going to be at our sale. It'll be the week after Thanksgiving, like the 1st or 2nd of December there. It's an incredible buying opportunity. You're not getting somebody's culls here. They're sending half of these heifers, and you can buy basically 100 years of somebody's work right here in this set of cattle.
I bet you don't have to pull any of them or nothing. Look at this, guys. He said his cows weren't very big, but these would be a 1,400-pound cow is what it looks like to me.
Yes.
The feet are all good, and that's the most important thing on these cattle is we get them bred up, being able to travel and go to water. Watch this, guys. They're feeding these heifers. Look how gentle they are. Quality and disposition, number one and number two, and I'm not sure how you'd rank it. If you've got a good cow that's wild, I don't want her on my place. And if you've got a gentle cow that ain't any good, I don't want her either. These have both things that everybody in the industry should be looking for. It's amazing. Quality and tameness. That's it. Number one, number two.
When Jeff walked out there, them cattle just moved off of him politely, and then they came right back into their feed at a proper distance. These cattle have been handled. They know how to move off of a person. They understand people. They're not scared of you. This is an incredible buying opportunity. You know, we catch a little grief for some of the things that we say and do, and that's okay. This is the way we feel about it. But the bottom line is, if we aren't all in a position to have this, but that doesn't mean that you can't have this in your sights in the future and work towards this. So, you know, somebody young just getting started, or somebody that's been doing it for a long time looking at taking a different direction, you can take a program like this and you can base what you're doing on this. There's a lot of good things happening right here.
This is my wife, Lisa.
I never met you, Lisa. I'm Jeff. I'm Dirty too. Nice to meet you.
Light and calm.
Carson.
Nice to meet you.
It's a struggle for him running around with two guys that are as pretty as Jeff and I.
I'm sure it is.
But we had our own little straight Angus herd that we would buy bulls from then breed bulls we bought from gardeners and raise bulls. We did that for years, and then I got away from that to try to just do a better job. I was thinking, and I started buying gardener bulls from Ron Fox, and Ron's leaving us.
I know it. Who? He rented his ground to somebody. It's what?
Yeah, but he sold it, and he sold all of his stuff to all his cows to gardeners.
Oh, I would have bought his cows.
I would have too.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I mean, I thought I was going to.
Oh.
And then he
shoot.
all of a sudden just sold out.
Gardeners did that. It's smart.
Overnight.
That's very good management on their part. Extremely smart. You know what?
Yeah.
Them gardeners are so nice.
They are.
I love them guys.
But anyway, so yeah, we've raised all these, and they're bred to calving ease bulls of Gardner genetics that are purebred, registered bulls that Ron raised.
So what percentage of these do you have any problems with? You guys get them out all the time.
I just told the story just the other day so Jack had his twins, and they were they were born early, and then
Jack's his son.
yeah,
Jake's
we
wondering.
just
Sorry.
met him.
He lives right here.
Yeah, and then the guy I had working for us, he quit, he left, and so I calved the heifers out that year, just me, and I had 100 heifers because of the drought, cut way back. I pulled 3 calves, and one of them was backwards. If that gives you any indication, we don't have
They don't.
a tremendous.
Were the other two because you wanted to go to bed?
No, man.
Because
No,
sometimes we do pull a calf that
Right.
Yeah,
you're just tired of waiting.
yeah. But no, we don't have just heifers are heifers. You're gonna have issues with them.
They're teenage moms.
Yeah, they are. But if you want to be in business,
So these are really easy fleshing. How much cake you feed these girls?
we're giving them. We just started feeding them cake, about 2.5 pounds a day, 20%.
See, look how they hold their flesh. Look how gentle they are.
Yeah, Yeah. And along those lines, we were talking about that. We handle these cattle, all of our cattle, horseback, uh, and, and, and work with them a lot,
Yes.
all the time. But we aren't afoot with them
Right.
because they're just not used to people afoot. But so there might be just a little bit of
You know, though,
movement. But
Jeff
once
stepped out up here when they were on the cake line. They just politely moved off of him.
Yeah.
And we do get some cattle on occasion that are handled exclusively horseback that are a little flighty
right.
on the ground just because they've never seen it. But I'm not seeing that in these.
Well,
These cattle get handled so well and so properly that they move off of anything that comes to them.
Right. But what I was going to say is like we calve our heifers out here in the pens right here,
Gotcha.
and it doesn't take very long to walk through them, and they settle right down.
Should, yeah.
So that's not an issue. It's just that people, you've got some people that decide to buy heifers and they don't have the experience. Maybe they
Exactly. So we get feedback a lot, and one of the questions that a lot of people throw out there to us is because I mean, you take your Gardner genetics, your Express genetics, all them front end deals. They're a very carcass. They're built around a carcass, and so a lot of people are worried that if they bring too much of that into their cows are going to get too big, not be able to travel right, and they're not going to be able to maintain them out in big country. You're maintaining these cattle
Right.
with Gardner genetics in big country. So, are there specific things you're looking for in the bulls that you're using when you're using these better genetics, or
Well, I mean, it's growth, but yet,
because you've obviously
we
found a
want-
balance between performance
Well,
and
yeah.
being able to run them out.
I sort these heifers, every year that we keep, and I just never wanted to let our stature get too big
Right.
on the cows, and so.
So you're almost doing it more on through the heifer selection than
yes.
actually the genetics that you're picking.
Right. I don't worry about that.
Okay.
But yet, by the same time, I don't step out and buy a huge bull.
Right.
I watch it there also.
Exactly.
And just like these Van Newkirk bulls we bought, we've got them up here. They sold bulls that are a whole lot bigger than these.
Right.
And so I kind of keep that in mind too when we're doing that.
Yeah, because you've got the same thing in every breed. You've
Right.
got your
Right.
performance carcass side, and
Right.
you've got your
Right.
basically cow that you can run on
Right.
forage type, and
Right.
you have found it a really good balance, which is not easy to do.
Thank you.
And that's nice at Evers.
And there's a few in there. We've got, I think there's 79. There's 79 heifers in there, and I'm going to end up selling 60 of them. And so I'll sort off anything that just isn't just right.
They got to be perfect,
I'm going to send 30 of them to you in this sale,
right?
and then end up selling them.
You're sending 30 of these and 70 of these, right?
Right, in this first sale.
Yep.
Yes. And then we'll see how that goes, and may send you some more.
Guys, just because they're not the ones he's keeping, I go and look at a lot of cow herds. I look at a lot of cows. I've owned a lot of cows in my lifetime. The bottom half of his cattle are phenomenally better than the front end of what 99% of us are running.
Well, thank you very much. That's great compliment. But I mean, these aren't our bottom half.
No.
I mean, these are the AI bred
Yes.
of what we AI. So,
I mean, you've already done a lot of culling.
This is a gate cut, and I sorted off a few for us to keep of this bunch. But I'm not, I'm not sorting off. He can come look at it.
We love
So,
Calvin.
but Calvin's bought heifers from me before.
I know.
And so he knows what they
Yes.
are. And,
Oh, he's
did I tell you the story about that? So it was I'll tell you exactly when it was. It was in 1988. My wife was 2 weeks late due, and I was feeding cows. I was over the east, and I drove through. There's big pasture over there, and I was the only one over there, so I was worried about her, And I saw these guys with a winch truck working on something, and I was messing there waiting for those cows to come in. I kind of was backing my truck up, and I backed into a ravine, and my truck was totally upside down, unloaded all my hay, and I couldn't get out. And I thought, what the hell? So those guys were over there. I ran. It was like 2 miles, and it was Ben Smiley and Calvin
Oh,
in
wow.
1988. And those guys came over and they helped me load my truck back up and winch it out of the ditch. Calvin, I've known Calvin long.
You were the first person in the history of mankind that was glad to see Calvin Madsen and Ben Smiley.
I love Kelvin, but he is a pain in the ass.
That's
Ranch. What year was that?
I moved out of school and came back here in 83. But it's, you know, like this ranch, this was the headquarters of the ranch. That barn was not the original barn. It's older than the original barn.
Okay.
The original barn they built here burnt down, and so you know where Judy lives, Judy
Yes.
Adams.
Oh, yeah.
Or Larry Sorter over there. So that's the Jones and Plummer Trail that runs through there,
Right.
on into Beaver. That was the livery stable there at the road stop, or whatever you
Can
call
we
it.
go look at it?
There's
It's not okay.
Yeah, you can if you want,
But it's not.
but it's.
There's
But
no.
they moved that barn to here. That barn's probably the oldest built structure anywhere around here.
Can you?
I bet it was built in.
yeah, because there ain't nothing left
1880.
from those
What year
days.
did you move it here then? You think?
They moved it here probably 1905
Guys, we can't even
with teams.
we can't even get together and give a calf around a shot to beaver, and they're doing this in the 1990s.
That's we got our calving barn set up there, and it's.
People are so resilient.
But anyway, what I was saying was this was the headquarters. Well, my great grandfather passed away in like 1933 or 31 or whatever it was. But then they divided the ranch up, and my granddad was the younger son, so the older brothers kicked him off. He got the east place. So
Was that the less desirable one? Or?
yes,
Okay.
yeah, it
This-
was.
This part of the ranch
Yeah.
is the most desirable.
Well, they thought so.
Okay.
But anyway, the point is that so my granddad was young, and he knew nothing. He really didn't have much experience. He'd been on this place some, you know. They lived in eastern Kansas, but he didn't know, you know, that much about it. And then so the one brother. The point is that from that, my dad and my granddad bought it from that next brother, the brother that inherited it or whatever. And so my immediate family don't know any history up till when he bought it in 1960, till my dad bought it in 1960.
Okay.
See what I mean? So
Yes.
I mean,
we wouldn't have known that either. But that's still been a long time ago.
well, yeah,
65 years ago now.
yeah, but so anyway,
These guys, this ranching is a lifestyle. Everybody thinks these ranchers have all this money. They've got the nicest, best ranch in the nation, and they live ultra conservative. You got to love
Yeah.
the way they live. It's amazing.
we enjoy what we do, and it's just kind of
It's a lifestyle.
it's a lifestyle. That's what it is.
People working at jobs have a better lifestyle than these guys in these big ranches. They really do.
Yeah. No, not really.
Not
we know.
not the way you, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
From
Everybody
a money
else is in-
perspective, probably yes, but from
Everybody
a
else is in
lifestyle,
bed this
no.
morning doing nothing.
Yeah.
You guys are out working.
Well,
That's
you
what
could
we like to do
What
too.
a day this is.
Oh. It's beautiful. And he's got Will Campbell helping us. Will used to help us sail, and his brother Sean helps us. Sean is a 12. If Will's as good as Sean, you've got something. That Sean Campbell is a 12.
We're so lucky to be able to. So we use these guys that work at a lot of these guys that work there.
Cash,
Yeah.
Russell.
Yeah, Russell, Grady,
Oh, Grady's a 10.
you know, Sage,
Yes.
you know.
We're
you
going to
got
run
a
out
few
of these
other
boys,
guys.
though.
They're really good hands.
They're
good
going to age
kid.
out on us.
Say kids. They aren't kids anymore.
No.
No.
They're 30.
Yeah.
They're going to age out on us.
Heating system in, and insulated that, and hot water back there. You know, it's nothing fancy, but
It's
you know.
great. It's clean, too.
yeah, and we got a little lean-to on the other side of it, right here, enclosed.
So what are your horses' genetics? Where do they go back to?
They go back to the original Peter McHugh, but my granddad started raising horses in the late 30s, but we did have. I mean, my brother Clay has it now, but he's gone. He's out of business. But one of the earliest numbers in the Coral Association.
I think my brother has 3 of his colts. He sold them.
Does he?
He sold them at Salina. Would that be right? And
Yeah.
Russell Parker went and bought them, I
Oh,
believe.
really? Yeah. Well, they go back to our old line of horses. We bought a C.D. Alina stud, that wonderful horse, and all of our mares are most all of our mares are out of him.
You're horseback every day of your life.
I mean, there's a lot of days I am, but not every day. I have to say. There's
So
some days.
when you're calving, do you brush all the cows up every day and check everything horseback when you feed? Take a horse with you in the trailer.
We used to do that. I mean, with the bale feeders, and it's hard to. We try to get out in the cows as much as we can. We feed them every day, and if we're short something, then we'll go back. That's kind of our rule, is what we do. But so yeah, we're through our cows every day.
Their relationship with their cattle is off the charts.
Yeah.
Animal husbandry, second to none up here.
A lot of places might feed them every other day or every third day or whatever. We don't do that. We've stayed hooked up to looking at them every day. But and I think that might be a little more expensive. But watched, it's so funny that we pulled up messing around one night and pulled up on Netflix a deal about Johnny Cash and Richard Nixon. Did you know that that Richard Nixon had Johnny Cash come and play at the White House?
No.
This is no kidding. And this is so similar because the politicians in this country, nothing has changed. They still don't know what the hell is really going. A lot of them don't understand what's going on really out here in the breadbasket of the world. But
don't bother to find out.
Then don't bother to find out.
Yeah, very
so
good.
just like Nixon had Johnny Cash coming. This is during the Vietnam War and all this stuff, and had him sing, and he had no idea that Cash actually stood for the foot soldier, the soldiers that were out there dying, and it was kind of a big deal. Turned into a big deal. Same thing with Trump. They talk about how his tariffs is what has helped the cattle industry. Has nothing to do with it. It's the supply and demand, the fact that we struggled through the droughts, and the cattle supplies just plummeted. And that's why we're in such great shape right now as far as the markets goes.
And he's creamed it because of social media, and here we are on social media promoting stuff. Social media is evil.
Yeah.
You can either use it and be positive, or you can really demolish some stuff. That's what he's did.
Yeah. But nothing's changed.
We do take a very positive approach on what we do.
Yes, we want everything to be
we
positive.
want that's why we're out here telling your story. These are the exact kinds of things that people want to see.
Yeah.
They want to know that John Adams is out here checking his cows every day, raising a commodity that is unheard of. And this is going on all over the flyover states. You called it the breadbasket. It's going on all over, but nobody knows it. And we're trying to tell that story a little bit.
People
Right,
want to
that's
be
good.
People want the old West. It's so cool.
That's good. Yeah. They want cheap food too.
Yeah. It's still cheap.
You know what,
It
though?
is cheap.
It's cheap.
That's
When
right.
people go to a steakhouse, and I'll throw myself in this. If I go to a steakhouse and there's 4 of us and it costs me $175, $200, it does not bother me too much as long as the steak's good.
Mm-hmm.
If I go somewhere and they serve me a $10 steak and it isn't worth a darn, I'm ticked off. So the quality of the steak has all of the bearing on whether somebody leaves the plate happy or not happy. And
We want to talk about positives. COVID made our product amazing.
Yeah.
Showed us we could overfeed these cattle and make a perfect product. It's amazing what COVID did for our product. And that's something good that come out of something really bad. Our product is amazing. Our prime is wow.
Mm-hmm.
Our select, our choices.
Yeah. It's good.
Yes, it's super good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There's only 12% select now, I believe.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And it used to be 12% prime. Now there's more prime than that. There's
Yeah.
way more prime than select.
Yeah. Yeah.
I read that stuff all the time, but I can't digest all of it.
The genetics have improved so much, but these guys feeding cattle, they've continued to just improve and get better and better and better. And, you know, everybody's
The whole
gotta do
process
everything, the whole process. Everybody's doing a better job. Well, what I was going to say is that about this cluelessness. The latest thing is coming out and talking about the Packers, about how they're screwing everybody. The Packers have lost money for how many years now?
We have to
I
have
mean,
them.
not that I'm in love with the Packers by any means. We all hate the Packers.
I don't.
But they have struggled, and they're saying that they're the ones messing up the markets. That's nothing to do with them, really.
We need to support the Packers.
Am I right?
You're right. They're getting rid of our product. If we don't support them, they're using our end product.
Yeah.
We have got to support them. The beef checkoffs don't do everything we want them to do, but they are a necessary evil too. They're extremely necessary.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, if we're not moving meat, then everything we're doing out here is irrelevant.
I'm a member and shareholder of U.S. Premium Beef. I'm a Packer.
The best thing ever.
Really?
Use the premium beef. The Angus Association, and we're getting ripped at the sale barn because we are having the Angus Association.
Verified sale.
Yes, we're getting ripped because they took that money from Bezos. How do you say his name?
Bezos.
Yeah, but they didn't take it to join groups with him. They took it for research. The Angus Association has did more for the industry than everybody else put together.
Yeah.
By promoting Angus beef, they've promoted beef.
Yes.
They really have single-handedly put beef on the map. I mean, there's full-blown diets out now that are, 10 years ago, just 10 years ago, beef was, every doctor, the first thing they did was take you off of beef. Well, now they're all wanting you to eat it. But if it wasn't for the Angus Association and the Beef Council and some of them out there pushing what it really is.
People want a problem instead of wanting to help everybody. They would rather gripe about something. If you could push a button and make it easy, they wouldn't do it.
Hey, let's have this hard. Let's fight.
But we appreciate you letting us come out here.
Oh, golly,
honestly.
thanks for coming.
It's an honor.
We've got about 30 of them boys that help us at the sale barn all the time. Nobody has help like us anywhere.
And it's not close.
No, I know. Yeah.
I've
you've
been
done-
involved in a lot of sale barns. It's not close.
You do a lot, or you do it all to be successful, but you wouldn't be able to do it unless you had the help you do.
No.
I don't want to do it without them.
That's a pretty big deal.
Our pens
actually,
we've got a good set of
They're
pens,
boys that run
but they're
around.
not an
Cody,
easy set
Barry.
of pens to figure out and run. Without a bunch of boys that have really good minds, you send somebody down into our pens that doesn't have a whole lot of wherewithal, and they're lost for days. Days, sometimes weeks and months. Those boys make that work. It's a lot of fun. But
Well, thanks for coming.
yeah, we'll get out of your hair, John.
No,
Thank you very much.
You gotta hurry.